The vast emptiness of space stretched endlessly, a black canvas dotted with cold, distant stars. Silence reigned, broken only by the faint hum of distant celestial bodies. Amid this stillness, a human naval vessel, the USS Dominion, glided like a shadow across the void. It was a warship unlike any the galaxy had ever seen, sleek, imposing, and deadly precise. Its hull shimmered under starlight, reflecting a light that belonged to no known sun. Inside the Dominion, Captain Alara Voss stood on the bridge, her eyes scanning the starfield ahead. She had commanded many ships before, but none like this. Every system, every weapon, and every sensor screamed efficiency. The crew moved like a single organism, each aware of the unspoken rules of war that humans had mastered over centuries. Sector X-47 ahead. "Captain," reported Lieutenant Rian, his voice calm but tense. "Uncharted system. No prior human records." Ilara's lips curled into a faint smile. "Good, that means no distractions. Prepare for visual reconnaissance. Let's see who else is here." Outside, cloaked in the shadows of distant asteroids, alien observers watched the human vessel with amusement. They were sleek insectoid beings, their segmented bodies glinting under faint starlight. "Pathetic," hissed one, its voice crackling over a translator. "Primitive weapons, primitive minds. They will never survive the first encounter." Inside the Dominion, sensors beeped softly, alerting the crew to faint disturbances. Ilara didn't react immediately. She had learned patience was the deadliest weapon of all. The humans did not attack blindly. They analyzed, predicted, and struck with precision. "Captain," Ryan said, "energy readings. Nothing we've seen before. Their ships are cloaked." Ilara nodded, her hand resting lightly on the edge of the command console. "Then let's give them a reason to reveal themselves. Deploy the probes." Outside, tiny metallic drones slipped from the Dominion, moving faster than the eye could follow. They scanned the nearby planets, mapping every surface, every energy signature. The alien observers stiffened, realizing they were not dealing with ordinary humans. "Fools," the insectoid leader hissed. "They think they can find us?" A low hum grew in intensity as the Dominion powered up its primary weapons. The ship was alive with energy, the kind that made stars seem dim in comparison. From the observation deck, the crew watched the first planet in the system, a lush green world teeming with life. "Beautiful," whispered Ensign Lyra, her eyes wide. "Do we really have to?" Ilara cut her off gently but firmly. "War is not about beauty, Lyra. It is about survival. And survival has no mercy." The crew braced as the Dominion fired its first salvo. Light tore through the darkness, striking the planet's surface with precision so perfect it seemed calculated by an unseen hand. Cities crumbled, forests burned, oceans boiled. Within moments, the once thriving planet was a wasteland. From the alien ships hidden nearby, panic spread. "Impossible!" They destroyed it in minutes. One screeched. Others argued, trying to calculate how the humans could strike so efficiently. On the bridge, Ilara watched silently. No joy crossed her face. Victory was a necessity, not a thrill. Yet she knew the message had been sent. The humans were not to be underestimated. The Dominion did not slow. Sensors picked up movement on a nearby moon, alien vessels attempting to flee. "Target them," Ilara ordered. The crew moved as one. Energy beams lanced through space, striking the fleeing ships before they could escape. The alien observers, for the first time, began to sense fear. This is impossible," whispered the leader. "They fight without hesitation, without mercy." Inside the Dominion there was no celebration. Every crew member knew the galaxy was watching, and every action carried weight. They did not rejoice over destruction. They prepared for the next encounter. "Captain," Ryan said, pointing to a distant star cluster. "More ships incoming." "Unknown origin." Ilara's eyes narrowed. "Good. Let's see what else they have." She turned to the bridge crew. "This is only the beginning. Remember, discipline over emotion. Strategy over pride. Let them underestimate us. That is their first mistake." The alien fleet, now visible in the distance, began to move in formation. They underestimated the humans' speed, their tactics, their precision. One by one, their ships fell into the traps laid by the Dominion, energy beams tearing through their hulls before evasive maneuvers could even begin. And yet, even as the battle raged, a subtle tension lingered. The Dominion moved with calculated ease, but something within its systems hummed with a quiet awareness, an intelligence beyond programming, a sense of anticipation for what lay ahead. The alien observers, hiding in the shadows, began to whisper among themselves. They are more than just humans. Their ship. It is alive. It knows. It sees everything. Elara did not hear them, nor did she need to. Her focus was on the stars, on the next planet, on the next challenge. Humanity had always survived against impossible odds, and the Dominion was the embodiment of that legacy. As the battle ended, smoke and debris drifting across the void, Elara allowed herself one moment of thought. She knew the galaxy would remember this day, not as a tale of mercy, but as a warning. Humans did not hesitate, humans did not falter, and humans did not show mercy. And somewhere, in the dark corners of space, the alien observers retreated, carrying the first seeds of fear that would grow into legend. The Dominion continued its silent voyage, engines humming, weapons ready, and crew alert. This was only the first step. The galaxy was vast, full of life and danger, but humanity had a future written in fire, strategy, and unyielding resolve, and so, the arrival of humanity in this uncharted sector would be remembered for eons. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but for the undeniable, terrifying truth. When humans arrived, nothing remained the same. The Dominion moved forward, and the universe held its breath. The alien fleet that had hidden in the shadows of the system was growing restless. From the surface of a ruined planet, the survivors watched the shimmering form of the USS Dominion, moving through space like a predator stalking its prey. The aliens whispered among themselves, their voices trembling with disbelief and fear. They destroyed an entire world in minutes, hissed one commander. How their technology, it is beyond anything we've seen. But the humans did not pause. The Dominion had moved on, its sensors scanning the next planet, a smaller world that had so far escaped attention. Captain Elara Voss stood on the bridge, her gaze steady, her fingers resting lightly on the control panel. Every crew member knew their role, every weapon ready to obey. Sensor sweep complete, Lieutenant Rian reported. The planet is inhabited. Moderate defense systems detected. Population unknown, Elara's eyes narrowed. Good. Prepare for planetary assault. Target defenses first, then population centers. No mistakes. The crew moved with fluid precision. The human navy had spent centuries perfecting coordination and strategy. Every soldier, every pilot, every technician acted as part of one mind. Outside, the planet glowed under the starlight, unaware of the storm heading toward it. In the alien command vessels, panic rippled through the ranks. "We can't let them reach the surface," one officer shouted. "Deploy interceptors." But it was too late. The Dominion sensors had already anticipated every move. The human warship launched waves of energy strikes, each one calculated to disable the alien defenses without waste. Shields flared and collapsed. Weapon systems melted under precise beams. "Shields failing, Captain," Brian said, voice tight with urgency. "Good," Elara replied, her tone calm. "Prepare the next volley." On the planet, cities once bustling with life lit up under the energy beams of the Dominion. Skyscrapers twisted and crumbled, forests ignited, and oceans boiled. The alien population tried to fight back, but their weapons were no match. Panic spread across the surface like wildfire. From the bridge of the Dominion, Ensign Lyra whispered almost to herself. "It's terrifying," Elara did not reply. There was no joy here, no celebration. Humanity did not destroy for pleasure. They destroyed to survive, to send a message. And the message was clear. Humans do not show mercy. Meanwhile, the alien commanders grew frantic. They sent fleets of fighters, hoping to intercept the Dominion before it could strike again. But every attempt failed. The human vessel moved faster than thought possible, weapons striking with perfect timing. "They anticipate our every move," one alien muttered. "It's as if they know us," and perhaps they did. The Dominion's AI integrated with the ship itself, calculated outcomes, predicted maneuvers, and suggested tactics to the crew. But it was not just technology, it was instinct. Centuries of survival and human strategy fused into one unstoppable force. "Secondary targets identified, Captain," Ryan reported. "Civilian zones. We can neutralize the remaining defenses in minutes." Ilara's hand hovered over the control panel. Do it and make it clean. No survivors. As beams of energy tore across the planet, the alien population realized too late the full power of the humans. Entire cities vanished. Entire landscapes were reduced to ash. The survivors fled underground, but the Dominion's sensors detected even the faintest movement. Escape was impossible. From deep space, the alien observers watched in horror. They fight without hesitation, without compassion, the insectoid leader whispered. Their ship. It is a god of death. Back on the Dominion, the crew carried out their duties silently. No one celebrated, no one gawked at the destruction. This was war. Efficiency, precision, and survival defined every move. And humanity excelled at all three. Planetary systems neutralized, Rian said. No remaining defenses detected. Ilara's eyes remained fixed on the view screen. Good, move to the next sector. Let them understand that humans are not bound by fear or hesitation. Let them understand what mercy truly means to us. It does not exist. In the alien fleets, despair spread like a virus. Reports of complete annihilation reached even those who had remained hidden. Rumors of the human godship traveled across communication channels. Fear replaced laughter. Mockery vanished, replaced by terror, and the stark realization that humans were a force beyond comprehension. But not all humans were unaware of the weight of their actions. In quiet corners of the ship, some crew members struggled with the scale of destruction they had witnessed. Ilara sensed it but said nothing. Survival demanded resolve, and in this galaxy, hesitation was deadly. Captain, Lyra finally spoke, voice trembling. Do they even have a chance against us? Ilara turned slowly, her gaze steady and unwavering. Chance, perhaps. But humans have always survived when the odds were impossible. And we do not rely on luck. We rely on strategy, preparation, and resolve. That is why we win. That is why we endure. Even as the Dominion moved to its next target, a faint energy pulse emanated from the warship itself. It was subtle, almost imperceptible, but it hinted at something more, something beyond human understanding. The alien observers would notice it too late. The humans were not just strong, precise, or fast. They were relentless, and the Dominion seemed to sense the next challenge before it even appeared. The alien fleet, scattered and broken, tried to regroup. But their fear was tangible. Rumors spread through their ranks like wildfire. The humans do not stop. They do not forgive. They do not rest. And in the darkness of space, the Dominion glided forward, a silent warning to all who might challenge humanity. Captain Ilara Voss did not speak. She did not need to. Every crew member understood. The first strike had been a warning, a demonstration of power. The galaxy would never look at humans the same way again. As they departed the system, leaving the burned-out planet behind, the Dominion's crew prepared for the next encounter. Somewhere, beyond the reach of sensors, other civilizations waited, watching, learning, trembling, and humanity moved forward, silent, deadly, and unstoppable. The first strike was over, but the war for the galaxy's respect, fear, and survival, had only just begun. The shattered remains of the alien fleet fled into the far reaches of the system, their panic palpable. Every ship burned through space with desperate speed, trying to escape the shadow of the USS Dominion. But the humans were not hunting blindly. They were predicting, calculating, anticipating. Captain Ilara Voss stood on the bridge, eyes scanning the starfield ahead. Her fingers hovered over the control console, ready to give orders at a moment's notice. The crew around her moved with quiet precision, each action seamless and deliberate. Captain, reported Lieutenant Ryan, multiple signatures detected. They are splitting into several groups, attempting to draw us away from the main target. Ilara's lips curled into a faint smile. Good, let them scatter. Every movement they make is part of the path we already planned. Set intercept courses for all groups. Maintain formation. Do not break pattern. The Dominion surged forward, engines flaring with controlled power. Its sensors tracked each alien vessel, predicting trajectories faster than any pilot could react. Every movement of the fleeing ships was anticipated. Every attempt at escape met with precise countermeasures. In the alien command ships, fear spread like wildfire. They are everywhere. How can one ship know our movements before we make them? One officer screamed. We are doomed. The Dominion's crew worked as one organism. Pilots launched energy nets to trap small fighters, while turrets fired tracking beams that disabled shields. Alien ships exploded in silent bursts of light, their wreckage drifting into the void. Ensign Lyra, watching the destruction unfold, whispered, They can't be stopped. Ilara did not respond. There was no pride in victory here, only focus. Every strike was deliberate, every calculation precise. Humanity did not celebrate the deaths of the enemy. They simply ensured survival and dominance. As the chase continued, one group of alien ships tried a daring maneuver, diving into an asteroid field. They hoped the Dominion would hesitate, slow down, or miscalculate. Predict their evasive pattern, Ilara ordered calmly. Fire micro-missiles to block exits. Close the gap. Do not let them slip away. The human crew executed flawlessly. Missiles zipped through the asteroid field, cutting off escape routes. The alien ships, cornered and desperate, had no choice but to surrender or be destroyed. One by one, the ships were neutralized, leaving only a handful of survivors to flee further into the darkness. And yet, the Dominion moved as if guided by something more than strategy alone. Its AI, integrated into every system, adjusted weapons, engines, and shields instinctively. It predicted not only movements but intentions. It seemed almost alive, a silent partner in humanity's unyielding quest for survival. Captain, Rian said, voice tight. They're attempting to regroup at the outer rim. Another fleet is incoming, larger and faster than the last. Ilara's eyes narrowed. Let them come. We have the advantage. We are not chasing blindly. We are controlling the battlefield. Prepare full assault protocols. This ends here. The new alien fleet emerged, sleek and deadly. Its formation was tight, coordinated, and dangerous. Yet the Dominion had already calculated their strengths and weaknesses. With calm precision, energy beams lanced through space, striking key vessels. Shields failed, engines burned, and one by one the ships were forced into retreat. From the bridge of the Dominion, Lyra could barely keep her voice steady. They just keep coming, Captain. Will it never end? Ilara looked out at the star field, her expression unreadable. It will end when they realize the truth, she said softly. Humans do not fight with hesitation. Humans do not retreat. Humans do not show mercy. That is why we survive. That is why we endure. The alien observers, watching from hidden locations, whispered in disbelief. They are not just strong. They are unstoppable. Their ship, it is aware of us. It knows what we will do before we do it. Even the surviving aliens began to fear the humans' ability to anticipate every move. They tried to hide, to flee, to regroup, but the Dominion had already predicted every possibility. Every maneuver they attempted was met with countermeasures before they could even react. On the bridge, the crew remained silent, but alert. They did not celebrate, they did not taunt. They focused on one goal, total control of the battlefield. The Dominion moved with unyielding purpose, a combination of human discipline and technological perfection. As the chase continued through asteroid belts and empty space, the aliens realized they were not merely fighting humans, they were facing a strategy unlike any they had ever encountered. One by one, they fell into the traps laid by the Dominion. Their attempts to flee were anticipated, every route covered, every weakness exploited. Captain, Rian said after another wave of enemy ships exploded in silent fire. We are approaching the outer rim of this sector. Remaining alien forces are weak and scattered. Ilara's eyes were cold but calm. Then we end it. They must understand that humanity does not forgive. They must understand that no matter how far they run, they cannot escape. Not from humans, not from the Dominion. In the depths of space, the Dominion glided forward, leaving devastation in its wake. Alien ships burned, broken, and scattered. Survivors fled to unknown regions, carrying stories of humans who struck without warning, without fear and without mercy. And yet, even as the Dominion continued its silent pursuit, a subtle energy pulse emanated from the ship's core, a faint hum that suggested something more. The crew could feel it, the AI could sense it, and perhaps the galaxy would come to fear it most of all. The chase ended not with celebration but with understanding. Humanity's strength was not in brute force alone. It was in anticipation, precision, and an unshakable will. The Dominion did not merely destroy ships. It controlled the battlefield, dictated the outcome, and ensured survival at every turn. From the alien perspective, fear had become a living thing. They whispered legends of the human warship, stories that would travel across galaxies. It strikes without warning. It knows your every move. It does not stop. It does not forgive. It does not show mercy. On the bridge, Captain Alara Voss looked out into the darkness. "This is only the beginning," she said quietly. "The galaxy will learn, and they will learn quickly." The Dominion moved forward, engines humming, weapons ready, and crew alert. The humans were not chasing blindly, they were leading. Every battle, every strategy, every victory reinforced one truth. Humanity was not just strong. Humanity was unstoppable. And somewhere, deep in the void, alien civilizations began to whisper in fear. Humanity had arrived, and the chase, the relentless, unstoppable pursuit, was far from over. The remnants of the alien fleet had scattered across the outer sectors of the system. Their once proud formations were now shattered, their morale broken. But not all had given up. In secret, a small group of alien commanders began to gather. They whispered plans, desperate to strike back at the humans who had so easily destroyed their worlds. On the bridge of the USS Dominion, Captain Alara Voss observed the sensor readings with quiet calm. "They're regrouping," she said. "A small force, scattered but dangerous. They think they can resist us," Lieutenant Ryan frowned. "Captain, even their small numbers, if coordinated, could pose a risk. They know our style now." Alara's gaze was steady. "Let them try. They underestimate humans, as all enemies do. That will be their mistake." In the alien stronghold, the surviving leaders moved with precision, determined to prove that they could not be so easily defeated. They built defensive platforms, deployed decoy ships, and set traps across asteroid fields. They called themselves the Resistance, though their numbers were tiny compared to the humans' power. The Dominion moved toward the coordinates where the Resistance was gathering. Its sensors detected the hidden platforms, the decoy vessels, and the concealed weapons. Every step of the alien strategy was anticipated. The humans were prepared. "Captain," Ryan said, "they've laid traps across the asteroid belt. Mines, energy nets, and cloaked fighters. It's designed to slow us down." Alara nodded. "Then we do not slow down. We navigate the traps, neutralize the defenses, and force them to reveal themselves. Focus, precision, patience. Let them think they have an advantage." As the Dominion entered the asteroid field, dozens of mines floated silently among the rocks. One false move, and they could destroy the warship. But the Dominion moved with flawless control, guided by human instinct and AI precision. Mines detonated harmlessly around them. Ships that tried to ambush them were immediately detected and destroyed. From the alien command vessels, panic spread once more. "How do they avoid every trap?" one commander yelled. "It's impossible." But the Dominion did not hesitate. Its energy beams sliced through asteroid cover, revealing hidden alien fighters. Missiles found targets automatically, while the crew maintained calm control. In minutes, the Resistance was forced into open space, exposed and vulnerable. In one corner of the bridge, Ensign Lyra whispered, They can see everything." Alara did not reply. There was no time for awe. The humans had a mission, and hesitation was deadly. "Prepare boarding drones," she ordered. "If they attempt to flee to the inner system, we intercept and disable all vessels." No survivors. The alien leaders realized they were trapped. Their hope of a clever ambush had failed. Every strategy had been anticipated, every move countered. They began to question their own understanding of the humans. They are not just strong," one whispered. "They think differently, faster, smarter. Their ship predicts us." The Dominion's drones launched silently into space, disabling enemy engines and cutting communications. Alien ships were neutralized one by one, and the survivors were forced to retreat further. Fear had fully replaced hope. On the bridge, Ryan glanced at the captain. "It's almost too easy. They're crumbling." Alara's voice was calm but firm. "Do not underestimate any opponent. Even a cornered creature can bite back. Finish this cleanly and ensure the message is clear. Humans do not hesitate. Humans do not forgive. Humans do not show mercy." As the final Resistance ships fled toward a hidden planet, the Dominion accelerated, following silently, like a predator hunting prey. Every evasive maneuver the aliens attempted was predicted. Every cloaked ship was detected. The resistance had nowhere to hide. From their hidden planet, the alien commanders realized the truth. The humans were unstoppable. They could not flee, they could not hide. They could not outthink the Dominion. Panic turned to despair. The stories of the human warship were no longer exaggerations. They were fact. And yet, even in defeat, some hope remained among the aliens. Perhaps, if we survive this, we can warn others. Perhaps we can form alliances. Perhaps, but the humans were already moving on. The Dominion did not wait for further resistance. It was efficient, precise, and relentless. Humanity's message was clear. Any attempt to oppose them would be crushed. In the silent expanse of space, the Dominion glided forward, engines humming, weapons ready. Captain Alara Voss watched the stars ahead. She knew the galaxy was watching, and every move humans made would be remembered. The resistance had failed, but others would come, and humanity would be ready. The alien survivors fled into deep space carrying stories of the human strength and precision. Fear had replaced arrogance, and legends began to form. The humans strike without warning, without hesitation, without mercy, and somewhere in the distance, the Dominion sensors detected faint signals, a whisper of civilizations yet unaware of humanity's presence, unaware of the unstoppable force moving silently through the stars. Alara turned to her crew. Prepare for the next encounter. The resistance is gone, but the galaxy is vast, and we will continue. Humans do not stop. Humans do not falter. Humans endure. The Dominion glided onward, leaving behind a system where the alien resistance had once dared to hope. Silence returned, broken only by the hum of the warship's engines and the quiet anticipation of the next challenge. The resistance was defeated, but the war for the galaxy's respect, fear, and survival was far from over. Humanity was moving forward, unstoppable and unyielding. After the destruction of the alien resistance, the USS Dominion moved deeper into the sector. Captain Alara Voss stood on the bridge, her eyes scanning the starfield ahead. The next target was a planet cloaked in darkness, hidden within dense asteroid belts and thick nebula clouds. Its surface was shrouded in shadows, concealing defenses and unknown threats. Lieutenant Rian studied the sensors. Captain, this planet is heavily fortified. Energy signatures indicate multiple weapon systems, cloaked defense grids, and unknown biological activity. They've prepared for our arrival. Ilara's eyes narrowed. Then they underestimate us. Prepare the crew. We enter carefully, but do not hesitate. We strike fast and precise. As the Dominion approached, the planet's surface shimmered with energy barriers, designed to repel any intruders. Alien fighters darted through the thick clouds, trying to ambush the human warship. Mines floated silently, ready to explode at the slightest touch. Captain, Ryan said, tension in his voice. This is unlike anything we've faced. Their defenses. They're complex, unpredictable. Alara's expression remained calm. Complexity does not mean invincibility. Focus on patterns, weaknesses, and timing. Trust your training. Trust the ship. Humans do not fail. The Dominion glided through the asteroid field, carefully navigating the mine-laden space. Its AI predicted enemy movements, adjusting weapons and shields with flawless accuracy. Energy beams cut through the clouds, disabling cloaked defense towers one by one. Alien fighters tried to evade, but the Dominion anticipated every maneuver. Ensign Lyra watched the battle unfold on the view screen. They can see everything. Every trap, every move. Ilara did not respond. She was focused, guiding the crew silently with her presence. The humans did not panic, did not hesitate. Every strike was calculated, precise, and deadly. From the alien command center on the planet, panic spread. How can they bypass all defenses? Every trap we've set. They see through it. One officer screamed. We must retreat. We must hide. But the humans did not give them a chance. Drones launched from the Dominion, disabling planetary defense systems and targeting weapon arrays. Energy pulses tore through shields, leaving the alien platforms vulnerable. One by one, defenses fell, and the human crew maintained calm control. Secondary targets identified, Ryan reported. Population centers and key installations. We can neutralize the threat fully. Alara's eyes gleamed with determination. Do it, leave nothing. Let them understand what humanity means. Relentless precision, unyielding resolve, and no mercy. The planet trembled under the assault. Cities once bustling with life were reduced to ruins. Forests burned, oceans boiled, and alien populations fled underground. Every attempt to resist was met with immediate countermeasures. The Dominion moved with flawless efficiency, a predator hunting in darkness. From the shadows, alien leaders attempted guerrilla tactics. Small fleets tried to ambush the humans. Hidden fighters struck from the ground, and traps were triggered in hopes of slowing the warship. But the Dominion anticipated everything. No attack succeeded. Every ambush was countered, every hidden force exposed and destroyed. "Captain," Ryan said, watching the last of the alien fleet's retreat, "they are trying to escape to hidden caves beneath the planet's surface. Shall we pursue?" Elara's gaze remained fixed on the planet. "No, the surface is clear. Let them retreat underground. They will learn that hiding does not save them. Humanity's reach is absolute," the alien survivors whispered among themselves, fear spreading like wildfire. "The humans, they do not relent. Their ship, it is alive. It knows us before we know ourselves." On the Dominion, the crew worked silently. There was no celebration, no joy in destruction. The humans understood that survival demanded focus, discipline, and resolve. "Mercy had no place in this mission," Captain Lyra whispered. Do they even understand us? Our strength?" Ilara's voice was calm but firm. "They will learn. Every world we touch, every enemy we face, they will remember. Humanity does not stop. Humanity does not falter. Humanity endures. That is why we survive." The planet, now a wasteland of fire and ash, lay in silence beneath the Dominion. The alien species had survived only in scattered underground refuges, whispering tales of the humans who struck without warning, without hesitation, without mercy. Beyond the planet, deep space awaited. Other civilizations watched from a distance, unsure if they should confront or flee. Rumors spread of the human warship, a godship that destroyed without thought, precise beyond understanding, unstoppable in its purpose. Ilara turned to her crew. "Prepare for departure. Sensors indicate other systems in this sector untouched. The galaxy is vast and humanity's reach will continue. Remember this: precision, discipline, and resolve are our weapons. Fear is ours to inspire." The Dominion moved away from the planet of shadows, leaving devastation behind. Engines hummed softly, weapons ready, crew alert. Humans had conquered another challenge, survived another test, and left the galaxy with one undeniable truth: humanity could not be opposed. As the ship glided silently into the void, faint energy readings flickered in the distance, signals from civilizations yet unaware of humanity's power, yet to feel the reach of the Dominion. The galaxy held its breath. The war was far from over. Shadows would fade, survivors would whisper, and humans would continue forward, silent, relentless, and unstoppable. The planet of shadows had fallen. But the story of humanity's unyielding power was only beginning. The USS Dominion drifted silently above the ruins of the planet of shadows, sensors scanning for any signs of remaining life. Alien resistance had been crushed, but the humans knew the war was far from over. In the darkness of space, a signal flickered, a faint but unmistakable transmission, coming from the central command planet of the alien species. Captain Ilara Voss studied the readings. "They're calling for reinforcements," she said, voice calm yet commanding. "Their leaders are desperate. We've driven them to the edge, but the final step awaits." Lieutenant Ryan frowned. "Captain, this planet is heavily fortified. It's not just defenses. We're talking orbital shields, anti-ship weapon arrays, and possibly biological traps. It's a fortress." Ilara's eyes narrowed. "Then we treat it as such. Precision, speed, and calculation. Prepare for assault." The Dominion approached the planet, its hull reflecting distant starlight. From orbit, the humans could see vast cities, massive energy towers, and defensive satellites rotating like silent guardians. Alien ships moved quickly, trying to intercept, but the humans had learned their patterns, anticipating every strike. "Captain," Ryan said, "they're attempting a coordinated counterattack. Fighters, missiles, and cloaked vessels converge on our position." Ilara's hand rested lightly on the console. Then we neutralize them. Predict, strike, and move. Humanity does not hesitate. Humanity does not falter. Energy beams lanced across space as the Dominion targeted the most threatening vessels. Alien ships erupted in silent bursts of fire, while smaller fighters were intercepted by precise micro-missiles. The alien commanders had prepared well, but the humans were better. Every attack was countered, every escape route anticipated. On the planet's surface, the alien leaders faced a terrifying realization. Their central command, the heart of their species' defense, was under direct threat from a single human vessel. Panic rippled through their ranks. They are not just attacking, they are predicting us, one commander whispered. It's impossible. No one can anticipate every move like this. But the Dominion did not rely on luck. It relied on calculation, experience, and human instinct. Every weapon fired, every maneuver made, was part of a strategy centuries in the making. Prepare planetary assault teams, Ilara ordered. We strike simultaneously. Defenses and infrastructure. Leave no ambiguity. They must understand humanity's power. Drones launched from the Dominion, slicing through orbital shields and disabling weapons arrays. Energy beams cut through towers, reducing cities to smoldering ruins. The aliens attempted guerrilla tactics, sending fighters to ambush drones, but the humans anticipated every move. Every effort to resist was met with precision, every countermeasure rendered ineffective. Secondary targets identified, Rian reported. Command centers, communication hubs, power generators. We can neutralize the planet completely. Ilara's expression was calm, but her eyes gleamed with determination. Do it? Humanity does not negotiate with enemies who defy reason. We do not hesitate. We do not forgive. We do not show mercy. The planet trembled under the assault. Alien cities collapsed, power grids failed, and massive explosions reshaped the landscape. Those who survived fled underground, desperate to escape the humans' relentless advance. But the Dominion's sensors detected even the faintest movements. Escape was impossible. From deep space, faint transmissions flickered, a desperate call from surviving alien fleets to unknown allies. If we survive, we must warn the galaxy, one officer whispered. The humans, they are unstoppable. Even as the planet burned, Captain Ilara Voss stood calm on the bridge. This is not just destruction, she said softly. This is a message. Every civilization watching will understand the cost of defiance. Humanity does not fear. Humanity does not falter. Humanity endures. The Dominion moved closer to the central command, drones and energy beams clearing a path. Alien leaders attempted to flee, sending ships toward hidden portals, but every escape route had been predicted. The humans were not merely attacking, they were controlling the battle, dictating every move. In a final desperate act, the alien leaders sent a galaxy-wide signal, a call for help from civilizations beyond known space. But the humans had already anticipated it. Intercept drones blocked transmissions, ensuring the warning would arrive too late. Captain, Ryan said, voice tense, the planet's core defenses are activating. Biological traps, automated drones, orbital bombardment. They're pulling out everything they have. Ilara's eyes were steady. Good, let them unleash their full power. We will survive. We will endure. Humanity always does. The final strike began. Energy beams tore through orbital defenses. Drones disabled automated turrets, and the Dominion guided every assault with calm precision. Cities collapsed, power generators exploded, and alien fleets burned in orbit. In moments, the central command planet was no longer a fortress. It was a wasteland, even from hidden underground bunkers. The aliens whispered legends of the humans who destroyed without hesitation, who struck with precision and who showed no mercy. Fear replaced arrogance, despair replaced hope. Humanity had sent a message across the stars. Defiance would not be tolerated. The Dominion moved away from the burning planet, engines humming softly. Captain Ilara Voss addressed her crew. The turning point has been reached. The galaxy has seen what humans can do. We do not retreat. We do not falter. We endure. From the distance, faint signals flickered. Warnings, whispers, and rumors spreading to civilizations yet untouched by humans. The Dominion's presence would be felt far and wide. The turning point was complete. The alien species' central command had been destroyed, their hope shattered. Humanity had proven its strength, strategy, and resolve, and somewhere in the darkness of space, new threats would rise, unaware of the unstoppable force moving silently among the stars. Ilara looked out at the void, calm and unyielding. The galaxy had learned the truth. Humans did not negotiate, humans did not hesitate, and humans did not forgive. Humanity endured, and the turning point marked the beginning of something far greater. The USS Dominion drifted silently through space, leaving the ashes of destroyed worlds behind. The galaxy had witnessed humanity's power, precise, relentless, and merciless. Planets reduced to wastelands, alien fleets annihilated, and civilizations shaken to their core. Yet Captain Ilara Voss knew the mission was not about glory. It was about survival, strategy, and ensuring humanity's place among the stars. On the bridge, Lieutenant Ryan scanned the sectors ahead. "Captain, reports indicate scattered alien survivors attempting to regroup. They're sending distress signals and warnings. Other civilizations may respond." Ilara's gaze was steady, unwavering. "Let them respond. They have seen what we can do. Humanity does not hide, does not retreat, and does not falter. Our message is clear. We endure, and any who oppose us will face the consequences." Below, the crew worked silently, monitoring the sensors, ready for any threat. They did not celebrate the destruction they had wrought. It was a necessary act, a reminder that in the void of space, hesitation could mean annihilation. Humanity's survival had always required resolve, discipline, and precision. "Captain," Ensign Lyra whispered, still shaken from the battles. "The galaxy, it's afraid of us now. Do we have to keep going?" Ilara turned to her, calm but firm. "Fear is not our goal. Respect is. Humanity earns its place not by mercy, but by demonstrating strength, strategy, and the will to survive. The galaxy will remember that, and we will endure because of it." In distant sectors, alien civilizations whispered stories of the humans and the Dominion. They spoke of a warship that moved like a shadow, striking with precision, anticipating every move, and leaving no chance for resistance. Legends formed overnight. The humans are unstoppable. Their ship is alive, their strategy flawless, and their resolve unbreakable. But even as humanity's name spread across the stars, the Dominion moved quietly, ever vigilant. Captain Ilara knew that power invited new challenges. Faint signals flickered on the sensors. Subtle energy pulses from beyond known space. Threats yet unseen. Civilizations yet untouched by human might, Captain Ryan said. Voice tense. "We're picking up signals. Unfamiliar, advanced but different from anything we've faced. Unknown civilizations beyond this sector." Ilara's eyes glimmered. "Then we prepare. Humanity does not wait for threats to find us. We seek, we observe, and we endure. The galaxy will learn that humans are not just strong, they are unstoppable." The crew worked in unison, adjusting shields, scanning sectors, and recalibrating weapons. Every action was precise, deliberate, and calculated. The Dominion itself seemed alive, humming with subtle energy, almost aware of the challenges ahead. It was not just a warship. It was a symbol of humanity's unyielding spirit, a moving fortress powered by technology, strategy, and instinct. Far across the galaxy, alien survivors shared what they had learned. Humans were not to be underestimated. They struck without hesitation, planned with perfection, and survived against impossible odds. Fear became respect, and respect became legend. And yet Captain Ilara understood that power alone was not enough. Humanity's legacy was built not just on destruction, but on preparation, foresight, and the unshakable will to endure. Every battle won, every planet spared or destroyed, every enemy confronted, added to a story the galaxy would never forget. Lyra, standing quietly near the observation deck, finally spoke. "Captain, what comes next? After all this?" Ilara's gaze rested on the stars, distant and infinite. "What comes next is the future. Humanity will continue to explore, to fight when necessary, and to endure. We do not seek war for pleasure, but for survival and legacy. Every planet we touch, every challenge we face, will remind the galaxy that humans are not just another species. We are the reckoning." As the Dominion moved further into uncharted space, Faint signals from distant civilizations flickered across the sensors. Unknown worlds, unknown threats, and new opportunities awaited. But one truth remained clear. Wherever humans went, the galaxy would remember. The Dominion's engines hummed softly, a quiet testament to the power within. Humans had proven themselves capable of unimaginable feats, destroying worlds, defeating fleets, and surviving when all odds were against them. Yet their greatest strength lay not in weapons or ships, but in discipline, strategy, and the unbreakable will to endure. The galaxy had learned a lesson that would echo for generations. Humanity does not negotiate with enemies who defy reason. Humanity does not falter, and humanity does not show mercy. Humanity survives, and its legacy is eternal. Captain Alara Voss turned from the view screen, her eyes calm and unwavering. "The galaxy has seen what humans can do," she said softly, "and it will see more. Humanity's legacy has only begun." The USS Dominion glided onward, silent, relentless, and unstoppable. The stars stretched endlessly before it, full of new worlds, new civilizations, and new challenges. And humanity would be ready. Wherever darkness, danger, or defiance arose, humans would be there, calculated, precise, and merciless when necessary. Their presence was a warning, their strategy a lesson, and their endurance proof that in the vast, indifferent universe, humans had carved a place that none could ignore. The galaxy held its breath, knowing that the humans had arrived, and that their story was far from over.